Well, good morning, Goober. You want to know something shocking? It's currently 6 o'clock in the morning right now. I woke up early today to be productive. And this is what I classify as productive. You want to see something else shocking? That was shocking. Now, but the real shocking matter today on what I want to talk about, I'm struggling over my words. The real reason why I want to talk about here today is a recent show that I have started watching, and I'm absolutely loving. So this is what we're just gonna talk about today. So recently, I started watching a Disney show on the good old fashioned Disney Plus, the holy site of the best content in the world. I've been watching a Star Wars show, matter of fact, and this show is called Andor. Now, I know I'm a bit late to the party. Andor season 1 came out 2022, and then it do believe season 2 premiered earlier this year. So, I know I'm pretty late to this, but I have a very good, valid explanation why I am late to the party. I don't care. Okay, great. So the real reason why I'm so late to this is because when Andor season 1 came out, I dismissed the show entirely. So when it came out, this was during the time of the Book of Boba Fett, which that fucking train wreck was beautiful. It was amazing. I have to rewatch it to just make a silly review on it once again. I think it would be fun to just also witness the trash event that Book of Boba Fett brought upon us. On top of that, this was also the time of Disney's just flop era with shows in general, 2022. So Marvel projects like She-Hulk and other stuff like that. So at this point in time, when I heard an Andor get announced, I just thought it was a blatant cash grab. Just like, oh, okay. Remember that one successful movie we did? Here we go. We're gonna make a TV show about it. But and I was wrong. It was shocking. So as I started watching this show last week, I have slowly seen what everyone was talking about of how amazing this show really is. On top of that, how amazing Star Wars could really be if you're giving it to the right people that care. That is what we're gonna be talking about here today. So buckle in, get ready. Get ready for me being groggy and terrible and absolutely doing effortless job in making content. So I feel like I had bad posture as well. So just stand by all of this. I decided to just do this in the morning. I couldn't do it at night. So now at this point, I have completed season 1. So I am entirely done with season 1. Phenomenal season, by the way. There's so many elements throughout Andor that I didn't think was gonna work, but they kept bringing it back every single time, and they made it work. So, for example, there was a small little arc on a planet called Alda. On a planet called Aldani. So pretty much Andor goes here to get like a fresh start to help the rebellion go tackle those imperial bastards. Yeah. He goes to this planet to go take down a garrison to steal money. He's hired by this guy named Luthen. So, and Luthen played by Stellan Skarsgård. I always mess up his first name, but he's a phenomenal actor. When I first saw him, I cheered. I was like, whoa, nice. But overall, Andor goes to this planet to pretty much help the rebellion for the first time. And when I was first watching when I first watched the episode, getting to see and meet everybody, I wasn't sure how this was gonna play out. I'm like, okay, so are we just gonna have like a simple um, plot like a simple like event that's just gonna happen just to show him the way of the rebellion. But I was wrong about that. There were there are important factors within the Aldani plot, and on top of things, certain characters that do come back to make a play. The show has built up events that will lead up to the finale, which was pretty nice to see that certain characters are still coming back and presenting usefulness throughout the plot. There will be many times where certain shows just introduce somebody and then they don't provide any more use for characters or scenes or in generally anything. Andor is a show that is doing that most of the time. I do have complaints about certain characters and about, just generally some things. Of course, not everything can be perfect. Another reason why I'm loving this show in general is Andor himself. When I first saw Rogue One, which I pretty much know this is going to be season 3 of Andor, don't think this is going to be showing up. I don't think Andor is going to be getting renewed for season 3 anytime soon, especially if you've seen Rogue One. You know how that shit ends. But when I first saw Rogue One in theaters as a young lad, I loved it. He was great. I thought he was enjoyable. I thought a lot of people in Rogue One were absolutely just fun to watch. I thought Rogue One was one of Star Wars' better movies. On top of that, I just think it's Disney's better projects. Also, another hot take, I do stand by that. I think it's Star Wars' better projects. I do believe it's just one of the best. So, ever since then, I'm like, that was great. Fantastic. So, I'm ashamed of myself to not have watched Andor anytime sooner. It's a crime. It is a crime. If you are watching this video for some reason and still haven't seen it, you should go watch it now. Leave. Go watch it now. That's my community service done for the week. I'm now a free man. But overall, elements of this show has just been so enjoyable. And the reason why I say it's been enjoyable is because every time I've seen an episode, I'm scratching at my neck, at my arm for more. Like, I'm a druggie in Florida trying to get more of a supplement. It's so entertaining. It's so addicting. I don't know what about this show is currently just making me go, I can't stop. I need to keep going. Which is just terrible when I'm watching this at 12 o'clock in the morning because I can't keep watching this till 2 until 2. I just really can't. I stayed up till almost 1 watching Andor, and I'm loving it, but it's the reason why I'm like sleep deprived right now. I'm a growing boy and I need my sleep. It's how I can grow. So, but it's so addicting. The last time I had a show this addicting was probably Loki season 2, but at the same time, as much as I love Loki, I don't think Loki had the same effect on me. It's just something about Andor that keeps you going. The plot is just riveting. It keeps you guessing and thinking what comes next. Season 1 was just completely enjoyable like that. Now, certain things I did say I just didn't like about the overall show are characters like Vel. Now, Vel is the supposed leader on the assault on Aldhani. She was the leader. She's the lover of Cinta. I don't think that matters at all, but that's what they're trying to drive at us. um, but Vel has just been a character that played her part and then didn't come back to finish her part. Now, I know what I just said, that certain characters do come back, and I know I presented Aldhani for that example. It doesn't fit the example. So I gave you an example that made no sense. Welcome to life. Now, a lot of other plots and a lot of other segments have led into something. For example, Cyril, he's this wimpy officer guy. I don't really know what his role is, to be honest. But he is somebody that was working in the Imperial, trying to find Andor, lost his job, now got it back again. So he's been pretty cool, actually. I'm not gonna lie, he is interesting. I'll give you that. I'll give you that for him. But Vel is a character that kind of lost her momentum after the Aldani siege, whatever the hell it was. Hold on. What are you looking at? But anyway, she is a character that kind of lost her steam power at the end of season. At the end of Aldani's plot. Oh my god. Anyway, she lost her steam at the end of season 2. No, she didn't. She lost her momentum at the end of the Aldani plotline. And I honestly think they could have just given up on her right there. Just left her stranded on the planet where Andor left. Honestly, I don't think she needed to come back. She hasn't done anything since. She just keeps complaining to Luthen and being like, "You're mean. You're not nice. You need to tell me things." Like, she keeps complaining. Her cousin is Moff Monda, which I think that's how you say her name. If you're a Star Wars fan or in general, you should know who she is. She's the white woman with the hair and the white gown. I like Star Wars. I've seen her a few times. I don't know what she does. She's a senator apparently. I could be just, I don't care. But she has been a big part of the show. And I see how politics is a big part of the show as well. It makes sense. But apparently she's the cousin of Vel. And I'm thinking like, oh, okay, they'll make use of her now. And they'll make use of Vel. Vel is completely useless. The only thing that she has going on for her is to make that secretive talk with Moff Monda and pretty much to be looking at Cinta, which is another character from the Aldani plotline, and gazing into her eyes again. Because apparently they had a thing with each other. They were fucking each other apparently on Aldani. And then ever since Aldani happened, they're like, no, I don't know you. This is weird. You're weird. You're goofy. But, okay. Sure, whatever. Vel, that's what she does now. Kind of a useless character, and it's kind of getting on my nerves because as much as I appreciated them not addressing their love so on, like it was signified. It was signified 100%. They did a good job, but the moment they kept talking about it, kept pushing about it, I'm just like, okay, so why are we making this a priority? And that's why it's like, certain things about shows that come around and make certain things priorities that doesn't need to be prioritized. I don't know why they do that, but yeah. So anyway, this love feud between these two, it's a big part apparently. I wonder how it's gonna play at the end of this whole show. Great. So Diego Luna, I do believe that's the actor who plays Luna. No, not Luna. Sorry, Andor. The actor who plays Cassian. I'm gonna leave that all in. The actor Diego Luna, who plays Cassian Andor, got there at the end of the day. He is phenomenal. He is coming back and he is acting his ass off the same time he did with Rogue One. I don't know. He's doing a great job. I'm having a great time with him. Love his accent. I love his energy, the demeanor that he gives, the confusion look that he's always giving. Like, what the fuck are you all talking about? He's doing a great job. Stellan Skarsgård, again, a phenomenal actor. If you don't know who he is the actor who's played in Marvel before. He was in the Thor movies as the Professor. Can't recall his name right now. He was in the Avengers as well, so he is a phenomenal actor as well. I love him every time he's on scene. He's just amazing. He is phenomenal. Now, on top of that, Moff Monda as well. Also, I don't know much about her, but she has been also very enjoyable in a sense of when it comes to that feeling of dread. There's consistent political natures in this show, and this is not a show that is all based on action. It's not a show that's going pew pew pew. It's not going like that whatsoever. It is purely a spy thriller, It's just potentially all about politics and about sieging the empire before they can fully gain control. That's the plot of the show. There you go. Just realized now at this point, as I am recording, it is not sure if this is the edited part, but 17 minutes. It'll definitely not be that long. To what I see here, probably maybe like 14 minutes. Who knows? But I just realized 17 minutes now in 18 minutes. I just now explained the plot. My bad. Go to sleep. Now, so as much as it is, don't expect it to be a consistent uprising of action. If you've seen Rogue One, that's pretty much what it is, actually. It's a show that pretty much is dedicated to building up the story, building up the characters, building up the spy theme in a way, and then finally ending up with that big finale. So with season one ending with back on Ferrix, the home planet. Well, not the home planet, but the planet that everyone is on. It was a big battle. It was a big pew pew battle. It's all worth it in the end of the day. And honestly, I'm not over here just sitting and being like, when's the next big action set? I'm actually more, in fact, enjoying the spy political side of everything. It's been just, that's actually the part that's been making me wanting more and not wanting the season to end, not wanting to just keep watching every episode that concludes. It's what makes me want to keep going with the show. So overall, though, season one was great. I know I didn't go into full detail. I don't know why, but I was gonna make this at 1 o'clock in the morning, but I just realized I need to be productive. I need to do work today, so I couldn't do that. So here I am in front of you, 6 o'clock in the morning, thinking that this is a better idea, and I think it was a better idea at the end of the day. To see how terrible I am when it comes to speech. I just realized my voice has been speeching in a very long magnitude, so whenever I just said speech, it's going long. Anyway, but I have finished season one, and I've already started season two, and as of right now, I am currently 3 episodes into season two. So I did a little digging around. And what I mean by digging around, I scrolled from the top of the season to the bottom to see the final episode. I saw the final episode's title, Andor will go to Yavin 4, so I do know that the reason why we're not getting the season 3 of this show is very clear. He is going to be going off to proceed with Rogue One's events and then die. So far was kind of when it comes to season 3. When it comes to season 3, I'm enjoying it just as much as I enjoyed season 1, but it has its issues. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just do a brief, overview on season 2 here, because I'm definitely gonna make another video based on season 2, but I'll just go ahead and make a new video right up. New video. Hi, how are you doing? Goofy comment to begin the intro. Okay. Now, so far, season 2 has been pretty good. My only issue is that they're dragging on certain plots, and I don't know how it's going to play on the end of the season. So, for example, episode 3 really stands out to me. Episode 3 is a 56-minute episode. Now, that's pretty long, and whenever you get episodes like that, it usually isn't going to be in the way of what you think. It's going to usually be a lot of over-exaggerated and drawn-out parts. For example, there's a wedding happening between Moff Monda's daughter and a rich thug's son. He kind of showed up out of nowhere to be like, hey, I could transfer money for you in season 1. So their children are getting married. By the way, these children are like 15, 14. I guess what I'm trying to say is that why do I give a shit about a child's wedding? The answer is I don't. And I understand why there's a wedding going on. It is building on that factor again of dread with Moff Monda. Like, you're trying to enjoy yourself, but there's all these political things happening around you, and you just want to take a break. At the end of the episode, she's actually dancing in a way of like, going fucking crazy. She is destroying the dance floor. She would win every award. She is destroying the dance floor. She is drunk. She's lost her mind. But I understand why there's a wedding. Don't get me wrong. I am actually enjoying it. But do I need to see the wedding couple dance? Like, I don't. I really don't need to see that. And then episode 3 ends off with killing his best friend and leaving the droid. Now, I'm going to say one more thing. I know this video is already getting pretty long, but there's been a droid. Final topic, by the way. I'm just gonna end it here. There's been a droid in this show named B, and he's this little red cooler box with wheels, with little rovers for wheels, and he goes. He has a stutter effect. It's adorable. I fucking love this droid. He's so cute. And yet every fucking time he's on scene, like, everyone's disrespecting him. I hate that. Lives matter. So every time he wants to say something, they tell him to shut up. It's just so sad to see. Every time that he say, okay, can I go with you? And they're always saying like, no, not this time. It actually makes me tear up. It's so fucking sad. And you could see that this droid loves the people around him, and they don't care. They just simply want to just do their thing, and they don't want to show him affection. It's sad. And at the end of episode 3 here, Andor comes back to the main group that he saved in season 1, and he's saving them with this cool TIE fighter he stole, but his best friend does die, which actually fucking kind of pissed me off a little bit, but they get onto the TIE fighter and they leave. So they're leaving this farm planet, but what struck me at the end was that they left B behind. And that fucking hurt me. I almost started crying that last night. It was hurtful. The biggest crime of them all. So overall, though, this pretty much is, overall, this is the show. Andor has been phenomenal. I really do suggest go watch it. Have a good time with the show. And yeah, it's been great. So, see ya. Good night.